Hey there, and welcome to One Email, Two Takes. I'm your co-host, Will Allred, but since I'm running solo this week, I've got an extra special episode for you. So yes, we've got two emails. Yes, we are going to show different takes on those emails, but here's the thing. I'm going to rewrite them, and I'm going to do it live. So before I get into all that, my name's Will Allred. I'm one of the co-founders at a company called Lavender. We help sales reps write better emails faster. We have software. I'm actually going to use it because I honestly can't rewrite an email live without it. But I'm going to show y'all today a couple emails from a rep who was struggling to get responses. And they've been using a lot of the feedback that Christina and I have been putting out there. And so I wanted to showcase some of the ways that we can improve our writing, some of the things that we can do to get better as writers. So I saw some common mistakes here, and so I'm excited to jump into them. All right, let me share my screen. You can see here we've got email one, automate forecasting. We'll scroll down, you'll see there's literally, it's the next email. So we're gonna have to rewrite this on the fly. Now, the subject line, automate forecasting. Hi, Christina. Noticed your sales team has grown by X% in the last X months. Great work. With a growing sales team and data coming from multiple sources, it can be hard to pull together all the numbers and reports you need. Here at our company, we help growing companies with forecasting automation. You can get real-time insights and forecasting numbers you can believe in minutes. Interested to know more? I really like this email. Like, it's not bad, right? It's a little wordy and it's kind of long. The subject line could probably use some work. And so like, let's just dig into it. Okay, so subject line, I guess I'm just gonna do this live, right? Well, okay, since I'm doing this live, let's try this. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna copy and paste it into Lavender so that I have a baseline. Where are we? You're sort of watching my process live. All right. So, hey, Christina, automate forecasting. Give Lavender a second to analyze the email. Notice your sales team has grown. All right, what's Lavender think? All right, it's a 90. So technically, if I was talking to a sales team and they were looking at this email, I'd tell them to hit send. But this body link is bugging me. I mentioned that when I first read through it. Lavender says it's 72 words. We know that the average amount of time that someone spends reading an email is around 11 seconds. And so we got to trim this thing up because 11 seconds means they're not going to get through all of those 70 plus words. So how do we do that? Okay, so let's start with the subject line. So first thing they're going to see when they open this email is the subject line. And what they're going to see is automate forecasting. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when I see a command followed by another word, something like automate, right? What that tells me is like, this probably is going to be a marketing email, right? It'd be like maintain AWS or, you know, better emails. It feels like something that I wouldn't necessarily get internally. And so the obvious thing is that it's obviously a sales email, right? So instead of automate forecasting, why don't we do something like forecast issue. Let's use issue as a placeholder for now. And we'll work through the copy and we'll come back to whatever that subject line should be. But for now, I like the forecast issue. The other thing you'll notice is I use title case on the subject line. I'm a big believer in it. The data backs this up, that title case works better than those lowercase emails. So that's why I go with that. Now, hi, Christina. Notice your sales team has grown by X% in the last X months. Great work. I hate the congratulatory stuff. Not my jam. So if I was going to do anything, I'd get rid of that. That's an easy way to shorten this email up. Okay, with a growing sales team and data coming from multiple sources, it can be hard to pull together all the numbers and reports you need. With the sales team growing, with a growing sales team, this is kind of redundant. So like, notice your sales team has grown. I like the specificity, but like we're going to restate the fact that the growing sales team is happening. So like that to me indicates there's an opportunity to combine these two ideas. So let's try this. if I'm going to combine these, I'll say, given the sales team's growth X% this year, I imagine your forecasting has gotten a lot more complicated. Okay, so now I can get rid of at least this, right? Well, let's see. I kind of like this piece here about multiple data sources. So I'll delete this piece. So I'm thinking through this copy here, and I'm just like, how do I smooth this out? Because it's still a lot of information. So I'm wondering if like data from more sources, more data from more sources, pulling reports can get time consuming. That's what we want to go for. That's the angle. So more data, more sources, time consuming. Here at Blank, we help growing companies with forecast automation. You can get real-time insights and forecasting numbers you can believe in minutes. That to me, like, it's very pitchy, right? And so I'm thinking if this is email number one, maybe instead I do, and they're like, it's not like in the Google font over here. We how about this? We can help automate that. Interested to know more. That's just reads kind of weird now. Open to seeing about that. Hey, Lavender likes it. Love it. Okay, forecast issue. We're still a little weird with the subject line. So let's get that fixed up. All right, subject line forecast issue. Imagine your team's got a lot more complicated. How about forecast reporting? It's not like, I feel like if I went with like forecast report, that might be a little, what's the word I'm looking for? A little deceptive. But with reporting, I feel like there's something to that that's like, it still speaks to what's going on inside that email without being overly like cringy. So let's put this in and we'll see that we got it under 50 words. We got it to 40. Oop, I love it. And then we got the subject line, something a little bit more likely to get a response. All right, let's go on to the next one. That was email one. So the final product is forecast reporting. Hi, Christina. Given the sales team's growth, I imagine your forecasting has gotten a lot more complicated. With more data from more sources, pulling reports can get time consuming. I need a comma there. At least give it some space. I use a dash. I like that. Gives it extra emphasis. We can help automate that. Open to seeing how. So what's nice about this is I can follow up in a cadence and start to add a little bit more detail about what we, the company, provide. Now, obviously, this is my take on how you can keep curiosity growing. Some other folks might be uncomfortable with not sending enough information. This is my approach. Okay, let's go on to the next one. We've got subject, growing sales teams. Like first thing I want to do is just capitalize it. Christina, noticed your sales team has grown by X% in the last X months / years. Great work. I think it's like X years in the event that it would be years, but let's keep it to months. Great work. I hate the congratulatory stuff. When I talk to sales leaders with growing teams, they're typically struggling with 1, lack of visibility into their team's engagement with key accounts. 2, lack of insights to review each sales call of the team members. The teams at Blank and use our company to get visibility on which deals are moving faster and which ones are dragging in the pipeline. They are also getting insights into the sales conversation in real time. If that's an issue, let's connect. And then I use my name. P.S. Congrats on all the success with what is now their company. The latest funding news plus the amount of opens and your careers page sounds like an exciting time to be with the org. Yeah, a lot of this I like, right? It's a framework that I've actually shown, Christina's definitely shown y'all on the show if you've watched before. It's really helpful if you don't have a personalization trigger like this, because you're able to showcase this is going to be relevant for them really fast and then speak directly to those problems and then back it up with credibility. Talk about the challenges that you're solving for, that you kind of hit on here. And then you go straight into let's connect. I think literally the last time Christina was on here, she used this template, not template, framework, right? The problem with the way this one is worded is, especially with the double start here, it just goes on a little long. So I have not put this into Lavender yet, so this will be interesting. Let's see what happens. Okay, and then growing sales team. I'm gonna get a interesting update on this score shortly. Okay, again, we're at a 90, right? And as I mentioned, when we're at a 90, like you're good to go, but there's opportunity to improve. So like this congratulatory nonsense, let's just cut that. I hate that stuff. Now, when I talk to sales leadership growing teams, they're typically struggling with lack of, okay. This actually stands out to me, the double lack of, because if I'm writing this, like there's probably a way to just pull lack of, like I could easily do a lack of here and then remove that from the bullet points. Easy edit. The teams at name our client, use blank to get visibility into which deals are moving faster, which ones are dragging in the pipeline. That's like super wordy to me. So if I'm going to edit that down and I've got to pick between gains or pains, I'm picking pains every single time. So I'm going to say the team at, also kind of funny, little grammar issue. The team at company uses our company to get visibility on which deals are dragging in the pipeline. Let's see. Now, they're also getting insights in sales conversations in real time. If that's an issue, let's connect. This doesn't really say, like, I would like for the CTA here to tie a little bit stronger to what's happening. But let's go to the top, because I think restarting from the top will make this edit process a little cleaner. So let's do, saw your sales team has grown by X% in the last few months. Typically struggling with a lack of. All right, so if I'm thinking through this and I'm trying to decide how to go about this, I'm gonna think, how about this? Typically, that means there's a apostrophe. Okay, so your sales team has grown by X% in the last X months. Typically, that means there's a lack of visibility into teams engagement with a key account. So the key account there, I think, is kind of key. Ironic. So visibility into key account. I guess the teams part is kind of redundant. The key visibility into key account engagement. And then insights to review on each sales call with team members. But we also got this like real-time conversations, which I'm like, let's just simplify this. Insights into each sales call. Okay, insights into each sales call. The team at blank uses us to get visibility into which deals are dragging in the pipeline. Lavender still thinks it needs to be shorter, but we're doing the best we can, Lavender, with this framework. Let's see. Let's see. You know what? Let's look at this piece right here, right? Because like if you think about these problems, key account engagement, and then insights into each sales call, those are associated, right? It's the sales calls associated with those key accounts. So team at blank blank get visibility and deals are dragging the pipeline. Managers, they also get a live look at the conversations happening in those accounts. And then I'm going to change up from Christina's usual approach. I'm going to say, I think this can help your team. Okay. Christina, saw your sales team has grown X% in the last X months. Typically, it means there's a lack of visibility into key account management, engagement, insights into each sales call. Team at blank used us to get visibility on which deals are dragging the pipeline. They also get a live look at the conversations happening in those accounts. Think this can help your team? Will, P.S. Congrats on all the success that is now. How about this? Y'all know I hate my congratulations, so how about this? With the latest funding news and all the open roles, I bet it's an exciting, just doubling in, an exciting time to be with their company. All right, that's my edits. All right, well, I got the subject line to fix still. So the title case is the thing that we're going to point out, but maybe we with the growth. So let's do pipeline. I just do accounts and pipeline. That, in my mind, is a much more accurate subject line than growing sales team or anything like that, because the visibility, the insights, it all comes back to the accounts that are in the pipeline. But accounts and pipeline also feels very internal, but it's not going to be a deceptive message. So that's my edits. Appreciate y'all sticking around with me as I edit that email live. Hopefully y'all found that impactful. It's a different sort of format. So if you stuck with me, leave a note. Let me know if you liked it. Otherwise, we can go back to the pre-written version. But regardless, this is one email, two takes. If you subscribe to Sales Hacker, you'll get these on a weekly basis, trying to keep it fresh with some new